What's up, y'all? Popcorn preaching. So the way that God gave me this one, it's a little close to home, to be honest with you. You know, it's no big secret that I did 23 years in prison, and something that I don't share with all kinds of people, certainly not on a public platform, is the fact that I deal with nightmares ever since I've been getting out. Over the years, I've just call them prison dreams. And I've prayed and asked God to take them away, and it is what it is. They're not gone. But these, and the fact that they've not been taken away, is what God has used to give me today's popcorn preaching. You know, it's very common for us sometimes to go through tough times, to go through things that just aren't pleasant at all, and we'll pray and we'll ask God to take them away. And one thing that I have learned through this and through just other things in my walk with God is the fact that sometimes God allows things to stay for his purposes. Sometimes he chooses to share with us why he's allowing them to stay. But other times he just allows them to stay so that we can grow from them, so that we can be drawn closer and closer to him. Because, well, quite frankly, you know, if God takes them away, a lot of us would be very grateful for a moment, but then we would forget about just how merciful he was and the way that he carried us through things. You know, I don't want prison dreams, and I'm by no means trying to put myself on any kind of spiritual level with, you know, the great Apostle Paul. But the Apostle Paul prayed 3 times that God would remove a thorn in his flesh. And God's response to him was that God's grace is sufficient for him. And sometimes we have to remember that if God was to remove the things that draw us closer to him, that's going to affect our intimacy with him. You know, I don't like the dreams. That's just a fact. Sometimes they wear me out and they stay in my head for days afterward, depending on how severe the dream was. But one thing I can say about the dreams is that they draw me closer to my King. Every time I have them. Every time I have them, because it reminds me of how weak I am. It reminds me of how much I need him. So if you're going through your own thorn in the flesh, your own dreams, your own whatever it is that God just doesn't seem to be taking away, still be thankful and trust him.